Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, bringing you guys a Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay commentary. What you guys were watching in the background is 117 kills, I believe, and like 20-some deaths. And this is actually against a very good player. Some of these guys on the other team are actually pretty decent at the game and are actually pretty good. And we were playing against them like all night in 10v10 Mosh Pit. So the reason I'm bringing this gameplay to you guys today is because my friend made mention to me that he would like to see gameplays where I am playing against good players, or better players, and like the sweats basically, whenever skill-based matchmaking gives you a harder lobby. And he wanted to see what I do in order to streak up in these harder lobbies. So first things first, I'm not going to pause the gameplay or anything because we'll literally be here for like an hour if I break down every single thing, but I'm going to try to go over what is inside my mind, as well as some tips that you guys can use against better players. So first things first, you guys will see that there's an enemy VTOL up in the sky, and it just came in. So at this point I figured, you know what, my team's probably not that good and we're going to be getting rolled this game, so I need to be able to still maneuver the map freely. So I put on Cold-Blooded, and I normally kind of whine about Cold-Blooded just because I like my kill streaks to do work, but that's usually only whenever I'm really running the support helo. So yeah, anyways, I switch over to Cold-Blooded because I know this guy on the other team is capable of getting streaks, and I really just need to be able to focus up and help my teammates out by getting kill streaks. So, but the other thing is too, is I don't want to neglect the objective. So you guys will see in this gameplay here, I'm playing the objective, trying to help out my teammates while I'm also trying to build up a streak. Anyways, why am I moving over to this building right here? I end up getting taken out, but the reason I was moving over to that building is because whenever the enemies start charging a headquarters, you're going to get overran if you're the last one alive or if there's not too many people left on your team. So it is much smarter of you to be rotating, trying to get a rotation off to another building, so that way you guys can try to survive and then dip out of that building if you have to, so that way you can keep your streak alive and make sure you're also trying to defend the headquarters while you're doing that. But like I said, there's a lot of deaths in this gameplay, but there's also a couple of streaks, and I apologize that I didn't have the beginning of the gameplay. It's just simply too long. I record with flashback recording, and if you guys don't know what flashback recording is, that's basically whenever you just press Alt F10 on your keyboard and the last however many minutes gets recorded. So it's 15 minutes for me just to keep file sizes down. This gameplay was actually around 18 minutes long, same with the one before this. The gameplay before this, I ended up dropping 136 kills. I died 24 times. We were playing against a 5-man party. We ended up losing. We were just overran on the objective. There was nothing we could do. But I died on a 27 gun streak, and honestly, if I had a little bit more time that gameplay, I would have probably been able to get my tactical nuke, and I would have probably uploaded that one. But anyways, that's another story for a different day, I guess. Anyways, so here we are on Cheshire Park. I am not a big fan of this map. I don't really care for this map. The main reason I don't like this map is just because it's just too 3-lane. I mean, with the super insta-melt time to kill of this game, I feel that these 3-laney maps just don't really fit the game's design, and it just kind of feels like you're just holding angles on people. But I was able to get a rotation off, and this is one of the tips for you guys. So you have to try to flank. You should always be trying to flank, and if you see that the enemies have the headquarters, try to let your teammates disable it and try to get a flank off all the way out to where you think the enemies might be spawning. Generally, they're going to be spawning on the opposite side of the headquarters. Unless it's Anya Palace, they're going to be spawning with the next HQ generally. So as you guys can see right here, I canceled my munitions box for dead silence because I heard people were still pushing, and you guys will see right here, I am going to go ahead and get another rotation off, and the main reason that I rotate again is because those enemies are probably going to know where I'm at, right? I was starting to streak up over there a little bit, so now I'm here in the middle of the map, and they're not going to be expecting this. I end up getting a nice little mount kill right there for the VTOL jet, and again, I'm going to flank again on this side of the map. Now, this is a little jump spot I use, so that way I can see down this lane and try to see if I can get any picks. And I see that my teammates are pushed up, so I'm going to go ahead and make my flank all the way down here. I'm going to see if I'm safe. I shouldn't have honestly shot at this guy because I didn't win the gunfight right there, but he didn't turn around, so that's good. That could have been fatal. If he did, I would have probably not been able to get my chopper in an advanced UAV. So you guys will see right here, I'm on this flank, and again, just flanking deep in their spawn. There's a guy downstairs, going to take him out, and I'm going to look upstairs here, and I'm going to just try to look for some extra picks. And I knew there was a guy down there, I just couldn't quite tell where he was since he was in the smoke, and then once the smoke cleared out, I was able to get him. So now again, I'm looking for some extra picks, see what's going on. I see that since the headquarters was disabled, the enemies are starting to spawn on this side of the map, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get a pick before I go ahead and rotate again. So I go ahead and get a pick, and now I'm going to rotate since I'm one off that advanced UAV. I'm trying my best to not be predictable to these enemies, and that is the best thing you can do whenever you're playing against good players. I find a lot of players will sit on the same head glitch all game long and the same piece of cover, and eventually people are just going to start lining up their shot on you because the muscle memory starts kicking in, and then they're just going to do like a double jump, or not double jump, tech sprint jump around a corner, or they're going to slide on you and just other cheeky little maneuvers, and they're eventually going to gun you. So you have to be careful. You have to make sure that you're constantly switching up your spot, and that's one of the best things about the perk setup I'm going to recommend. So I like to use EOD, Ghost, and Tracker, and here's why. EOD is so C4s, Claymores, Bouncing Betties, RPGs, all that kind of stuff won't kill you, but also because I just find that whenever I'm trying to play in these lobbies, a lot of people are doing that, and I feel that kill chain, while it's good against good players, and I always recommend that, you just really have to get a feel for the lobby. Are people RPGing? Are people, doing that kind of stuff? Are you still trying to go for a nuke? What is your goal? If you are just trying to streak up and trying to help your team win the game, then by all means go for kill chain. But if you're still at the end of the day trying to get a nuke, you're going to be better off with something like EOD or Quick Fix. The reason I have Ghost on is obviously so enemy UAVs don't spot me, and that way I can just try my best to stay alive on a streak and continue to earn more kill streaks for my team. And then the reason I have Tracker on is not actually for the footprints. I feel a lot of people use Tracker for the footprints, but you do not want to use Tracker for the footprints. The reason you want to use Tracker is because it hides those little death icons whenever you kill somebody. So if people are playing solo, this is going to help you play against solo players, because solo players are not communicating with their team, and they're not going to be getting callouts from people, so you're actually never going to really see where an enemy is if you don't have people calling them out and you don't see those little death icons. So it's going to be really hard for you to find that enemy by yourself, especially if they're running Ghost and you can't get a UAV, or even if you don't have an advanced UAV or whatever. It's going to really help make sure that you find them. Also, another thing, I recommend the advanced UAV at all times against good players, and I always recommend running this kill streak just because it is so good, and it is my favorite kill streak in COD history. Just wanted to point that out real quick, just because I love this kill streak ever since it was introduced in Black Ops 1. But anyways, so the main reason I like it is because look how quick I was able to streak up once I know their spawns. Now here's the thing, alright, you have to start memorizing spawn patterns as well as map traffic. That is going to really help you guys improve your gameplay as well as playing against good players. As you guys can see right here, I am out of stim shots. I need to get this munitions box down for stim shots. This guy pushes me. If he would have probably done a tack sprint jump at me, he would have probably killed me. But I'm able to clutch up, get an advanced UAV yet again, and that's simply because I snowballed this advanced UAV off my other advanced UAV. Now, I think this is probably going to be my last advanced UAV in streak for the game. I might get like another chopper gun. I'm honestly not sure. But honestly, right here, it's just unfortunate. I go over Rand. There's way too many people. They're just stunning and flashing me constantly, and just honestly, there's just nothing I could really do here. My own munitions box ends up killing me. Unfortunate. And I have a VTOL jet and a chopper gunner. Now here's the thing, is like I said, I would recommend saving your advanced UAV until you get closer to the enemy spawns and you know that you're going to be able to go on a streak. Actually, and if you are a little bit further away, try to get a 4 kill streak going before you get your advanced UAV up in the air. That is one of the best things I'd recommend doing, unless you're playing with a teammate, of course, that might be close to theirs. But if you're playing solo, you really want to just make sure that you call up that advanced whenever you're on a little bit of a streak, so that way it can help you earn your next one. And that is honestly what I do whenever I'm playing against good players, is I try to hold on to it and then streak up once I die, or if I get on a higher streak, then I call it up. And yeah, that's honestly probably one of the best tactics you can use with that. Now, anyways, trying to understand map control and all that other kind of stuff. In headquarters, it always moves around. If you're playing something like Kill Confirmed, it's going to be more like team deathmatch spawns, where it's going to be side versus side. They're going to be very sticky, and it's going to be really hard to flip them. If you're playing domination, it's actually kind of the same way as team deathmatch. They don't tend to really spawn with the flags that they're holding. They will, of course, obviously spawn with C if they're holding C, and if you guys are holding A and B, but if they're holding B as well, they're going to spawn all the way in the back. It's whatever flag they own. So don't be thinking that they're going to be spawning up just because they have B. That is not always the case, and usually it really just depends on your teammates' positioning on the map where you're going to spawn. However, headquarters and hardpoint is different, so if you know this, you can of course use this to your advantage whenever you're playing in a headquarters or hardpoint lobby, and they're going to be spawning closer to the objective. So whenever you're in one of these lobbies, always make sure that you are aware of that and that you are playing close to the headquarters, so that way you can be able to streak up and earn some streaks and help your team, of course, win the match. So right here, again, I'm trying to streak up. I'm on a 7, and I believe this is the one where I just get my chopper gunner. I don't know if I get another advanced here or whatnot, but yeah, I end up picking up a chopper. Yeah, I end up getting taken out by this guy right here. So that was just kind of COD timing right there. I ended up getting taken out, and I wasn't sure why he was there because, they had the HQ. It's kind of like he was back like far the entire time, and yeah, I was honestly just really confused right there. But anyways, this guy on the other team ends up getting a support helo, and this is why I kept on cold-blooded. Now, normally I'd recommend switching back to EOD, or I would recommend going either to quick fix or EOD or kill chain, depending on what's going on. But I knew this guy was capable of earning more streaks, so I just decided to stay with cold-blooded, and so that way I could make sure that I still have map control. That's one of the reasons it's important, is whenever the enemies do have kill streaks up, you're going to lose map control if you're not using cold-blooded. And I'm not saying run cold-blooded off the rip. That's stupid. Don't start off any match with cold-blooded. Just don't. It's not worth it. It's not going to do anything for you. The only time you should ever use cold-blooded is if there is a player on the other team that is steamrolling you guys with kill streaks. I'm not saying that you have to use it as soon as somebody gets a VTOL jet. I'm saying whenever somebody is steamrolling you with kill streaks over and over and over again, kind of like I'm doing to this enemy team, and kind of like what he was doing to me as well, because this guy ended up dropping like 97 kills against me, and yeah, so that's whenever I'd recommend doing it. Do not use the perk though whenever you are starting off the match, because it's not going to do anything for you. You're better off with EOD, you're better off with quick fix, you're better off with kill chain. It's just useless. I can't say this enough how many people just start off the match with cold-blooded. There will be sometimes I'll be playing and the entire enemy team is using cold-blooded. It's just so confusing. At that point, you might as well just pull out RPG and it's open season. But right here, I end up picking up a nice little quad, and I end up getting taken out from behind. So again, my mentality whenever I'm playing these matches is just trying to streak up while playing near the objective, and trying to hold positions for the team, hold angles sometimes, but it's always just constantly switch up the area you're going to be at. So for example, right here, I'm moving down this lane right here. I know there's a guy up in this window. I'm going to take him out. I end up getting taken out right here. That's COD timing, right? So now I see that I spawn near the next HQ, so I'm going to start fortifying this position. I'm going to start coming up here, trying to get some picks, try to build up maybe a little bit of a streak. I don't think I actually streak up anymore for the rest of the gameplay, but I do play some more objectives. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and place a claymore because people can come through this area. I end up not taking this guy out. I'm going to do a quick peek, and I peek back in case he decides to peek me again, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw down my munitions box because I need another claymore and stim, as well as maybe some ammo. So they go ahead and throw a semtex. I don't think my claymore actually blew up right there, and I'm able to pick up another guy, pick up another, and I still have another claymore to watch that as a flank. So that's a good claymore spot, again, just because it's watching that for the flanks. And right here, I'm going to go ahead and try to get over to here again, because like I said, we own that HQ, and I'm going to try to just hold this positioning, position down. Anyways, I end up getting taken out by this guy. He was just pre-aiming this window the entire time. I'm really not sure why. Some players are just weirdos, I guess. Like, there's no reason to really just stare up at that window unless you know for a fact somebody's up there, but I don't really think he knew. I think he was just kind of, I don't know. Anyways, so again, right here, I'm going to get some shots on someone just to apply pressure, and I'm going to back off. This is another thing I see a lot of people do. Just because you tag somebody doesn't mean you have to finish the kill. Doesn't mean that that kill you have to finish off. It has to be yours, whatever. You can pressure someone and start damaging them and all that kind of stuff, and that's going to do more than you would imagine. So right here, I end up getting outplayed. I figured he would be one of those kids that would just re-challenge you from the same angles, so I just kept spraying my gun because I knew at that point that's the only way I was going to be able to win that gunfight, because if I turned my back and he did push me, I was going to be dead. So I ended up getting outplayed right there, but again, at this point, just trying to hold them off of this HQ, just trying to get some picks. And the AMAX class setup, in case you guys are wondering, it's a monolithic suppressor, 45 round mag, sleight of hand, commando foregrip, and the exo stock. And this is my favorite AMAX setup right now. I mean, you could switch out the 45 round mag for stipple grip tape if you want. But this AMAX is honestly probably one of the new meta weapons in multiplayer, at least. It's just so dominant, and I don't know why I haven't used this gun in 10 versus 10, 6 versus 6 before. It's just absolutely amazing. It's not too hard to control its recoil, and overall I think it's just probably one of the best guns in the game right now, so go ahead and give this gun a try if you haven't already. And at this point, yeah, I'm still just playing the objective, looking for some picks on people. Again, see, I apply damage to that guy, and then I back off. Right here, I take out that guy. I'm going to try to look for maybe 1 or 2 more picks. I end up getting 1, 2, back off, right? You don't want to just body yourself into the objective. You don't want to just body yourself out forward, you know, out in the street or whatever. No, you want to make sure that you're constantly switching up your position, getting different angles on people, so that way you can get more kills, get more streaks, hold people off the objective for a longer period of time, and overall win more games. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you learned something, and let me know if you want to see some more sweaty gameplay like this, where I end up having a higher death count, but and it's just against good players. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.